when it's time to create the electrical plan, and we're going to use our MEP functionality so that we can later on do circuiting and circuit schedules, what we want to start with is making sure that we're using the right components to build our electrical plan from the get-go. So when we do that, we want to go into our Systems tab, and we want to go into the devices and make sure you pick electrical fixtures, the one that looks like outlets. It'll tell you that you don't have any electrical fixtures and asks if you'd like to load one. The answer to that is yes. So the place that we are then going to go is, starting from our English Imperial Library, we're going to go into electrical, MEP, electrical power, terminals, and this is where we're going to start for a little bit. And the one you want to pick is duplex receptacle. There are a couple that we will end up bringing in. For in the kitchen, if you have a garbage disposal, you're going to need the top switched duplex receptacle. And for things like electric ranges, washing machines, you're going to need the high voltage receptacle for those. So right now we'll do duplex receptacle. And when we bring those in, the first one it's going to want to bring in is a GFCI. You need those, at least one of them, in wet locations. So since my kitchen runs along this wall, I'm going to put a GFCI in the kitchen. Then I'm going to go ahead and switch to the rest being standard. And I can put some of these in the kitchen as well, because what would happen is the wires would come into the GFCI and this would feed some of these. So we just want to make sure that we circuit those with it. I'm going to go ahead and add one to this wall. Put one over here, one here, as well as here. And remember, they should stick out into the room where they are contained. Additionally, we can load family, and I can grab the top switched one, which comes in as our standard top switched. I'm going to put it basically, I'm going to assume the sink's in front of this, so I'm going to put it under the sink so it'll work with the garbage disposal. I'm also going to hit load family and grab the high voltage receptacle so I can put that down here by where the stove is. You'll notice that it looks similar. The middle is just filled in black. That's what shows the difference between regular and our high voltage or our 220 type outlets. Additionally, we're going to want to put some lights in. So if you remember, we have to go into our ceiling plan for the level that we're on. So in this case, it's the ground level. And when we see the ceiling, this is where we can go into lighting fixtures. We will have to load them. The place we're going to go this time is our lighting folder, and then MEP, internal, so it's inside. And then you've got a whole variety of different ones you can use. I'm just going to go ahead and use the first one, this ceiling light. It does, for some reason, want to place it on a vertical face. We don't really want that. We want to go place on face. And at this point, we can go ahead and place them wherever it is we believe they need to go. I can also load family and get a pendant light. These ones would be kind of like above a table. And I'm going to go ahead and just pick the first one and put that back over here where the table is. If I get it in now, I can always move it later when I move to the electrical plan and can see where exactly it is. So now I can move this around or change those. So what I need to do now is I need to get some switches. So under device, you have lighting switches. You don't have any, so we're going to load some in. We're going to go back to the folder we were just in. Easiest way is to click to go to the Imperial folder. We're going to go back to electrical, MEP, electrical power, terminals, and lighting switches are right here. When we bring these in, there's a few different types. We have our regular, our three-way switches, which I'm going to put one of those, and again, vertical faces is where we want those to be. I'm going to put one by the entrance door, and I'm going to put one by the staircase. I think this is where the light comes down so that all of our lights could be attached there. I'm also going to go to single pole and use one of those for, I'm going to put this next to it, implying that it's in the same box. And I'm going to put this one here because I'm going to operate this light and this light separately. To then connect my lights, I'm going to get my wires. And for my three-way, I'm going to go to here. And from light to light, and to the last one. And then I'll go ahead and go from that switch to that light, from this switch to that light. And what I will also do is grab a switch to put over here, which is a single pole switch, and wire this to that top switched outlet as well. So we'll definitely want to do that. So this is the basics of the electrical plan. And what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to do this on all of your levels. I have a basement level that I can do this on, but basically outfit the entire home so that you are all good to go. If you have lofts and stuff like that, that's great. What we will do later on when we build a sheet with this is we will actually put all of the views on the same sheet, which will be perfect.